Hey guys, it's freezing outside. It's hard to believe that spring is just around the corner, but if you're a gardener, you know that now's the time to start getting ready for spring. We're here in early March, so it's time to start planting seedlings and do all sorts of things around the garden to get ready. I'm gonna go over today to my neighbor Ian's house. He's got a place called Elder Bear Farm, and he's got an amazing garden that I can't wait to show you. And we're gonna get his tips for how to get ready for the spring gardening season. Let's go check it out. Hey Ian, what you doing right now?
Hey buddy. So I am clearing out all this dead debris from last season. Before we get started with anything, we want to make sure that all our garden beds are clear of the old stuff. At the very least, it will shadow them out and shadow them from the sun, but also gives them a clean spot to start. Once you get everything ready and cleaned out from last year, you need to start prepping for the spring and get your areas ready. This is going to be for annual vegetables. This year we're going to put lettuce in here. But what you want to do is make sure that you scrape off all of the debris off of the top. Put in some compost or some fertilizer on top with some thick mulch. Mulch can be wood chips, the hardwood mulch you get out of a bag, even sometimes plastic. But you want to make sure that your fertilizer and your amendments are in your bed a couple weeks before you put seedlings into those beds. We have a fairly big yard with a lot of fruit and nut trees, and we use a sprayer to make sure that all of the fungus and the disease and even potential insects that are in a dormant tree are being treated before we get into spring where everything is budding and blooming. We use organic fungicides, organic pesticides. I know it sounds like a oxymoron when you say it out loud, but these are things that are natural remedies to these potential diseases. But even if you don't have fruit and nut trees, spraying your entire lawn or garden with the preventative measures like something to handle disease, fungus, or insects will make for a nicer spring. A couple things you want to do before mid-April is that's your time to overseed so that you can have better, bigger grass. So you buy some grass seed, and the way that you put that out, this is one of these guys. There's a little spinner inside with a trigger. It's called the Whiz. But before you actually seed, what you want to do is use this to kind of aerate and bring up all the dead grass, similar to what we did with the beds. It's cleaning out all the dead stuff. And then you want to take something like this, which is called, if I can get it open. I can't get it open. I can't get it open, buddy.
What is it?
It is called Weed and Feed. So they have a fall version and they have a spring version. And what Weed and Feed does is exactly what it says. It takes off all of the unnecessary weeds like dandelions and whatnot, and then it gives nitrogen to the grass.
Is that also organic?
Yes. The last thing, which is organic, is our Dr. Earth lawn food. So after you've dethatched, overseeded, put the weed and feed, you let that sit for a week, and then you water heavily with this turf lawn food. And come check us out in about 3 months and see the greenness of this lawn. One of the most important things you can do to get ready for the spring is start growing some food. And we start before it's warm outside to give our plants a little bit of a head start. So don't get too wrapped up in the details. All we're doing is we're taking moist soil, putting a seed in it, putting it in the light. It's not rocket science. So fill up some little cups I had laying around. This is a seed starting mix that I bought from a bag at Home Depot. So fill up your cups. You want them closer to the top. It's mainly for shadows once the leaves come out. All right, up to the top, that's good. Before you even put seeds in there, you want to give them a little bit of a drink. Seed starting mix can drink more than you expect. And what we've got here is spinach seeds from Johnny's Selected Seeds. And I'm just going to put 3 per cup. The rule of thumb is to bury a seed the depth of its diameter. So don't get too wrapped up on how deep it's supposed to go. Just get it in the ground. Get it in the soil. And these are ready to go into a warm windowsill. The first thing, germination, doesn't require light, just requires heat. And then when the leaves come out, you want to get it into a well-lit spot during the day. And it gives them a little bit of head start before you put them in the ground in the spring.
Thank you guys for watching us on all of our homes. And if you'd like to know more about Ian's setup and his farm, he does garden tours on his YouTube channel, Elder Bear Farm. So check that out, and we hope to see you next time here on all of our homes. Happy gardening.